Hey everybody, welcome back to another video on Theory Time. Today we'll be showing the people who either are kind of inspired by characters from the movies or are kind of the same exact character. Now, in Scream the television series, Audrey has short hair and is usually wearing dark clothing. Now, in Scream 4, Kirby is wearing leather jackets half the time and she has short blonde hair. Now, they're a comparison. Now, this isn't much of a comparison, but they were both very suspicious. They kind of look the same with the face, well, to my perspective. And they kind of act the same. And they both have an obsession with, well, Cotton Weary has an obsession with Sydney, and Eli has an obsession with Emma. Now, Maggie Duvall is the parent of Emma Duvall in the television series, and Mr. Prescott is Sidney Prescott's father in the movies. Tatum Riley is Sydney's best friend until she dies, and Brooke Maddox is Emma's best friend, and she lives. Gale Weathers is a reporter, just like Piper Shaw, the fake Piper Shaw, who's a podcaster. Basically the same character. They even look the same in this picture. Gustavo, the son of Sheriff Acosta, acts like Mickey. They have a psychotic, weird creepiness to them. Even though Gustavo wasn't a killer, there's a lot of theories that he is, and Mickey was a killer in Scream 2. Gustavo, since they're rebooting Season 3, is a different show we'll never get to see. Then Kieran Wilcox from the TV show is basically the same exact character as Billy Loomis. Suspicious with the combed hair back to the side sometimes, and he appears out of nowhere after a person or the killer is around, or a person gets killed. Then Will and Derek. Derek is from Scream 2. He's a suspicious boyfriend, but ends up not being the killer and is killed by the killer. Will was killed by Kieran, most likely, and Derek was killed by Mickey in Scream 2. Now, Jake, even though he wasn't a killer, acts a lot like Stu, and they're both like dumb idiots who are like big brutes, but Stu is a killer in Scream 1 and Jake is never a killer. He gets sliced open with a sigh. Then there's Noah Foster, who is the same exact character as Randy, just Randy is more confident. Yeah, I have nothing else to say for them. Then there's the final girl, Emma Duvall from the TV series, and Sidney Prescott from the movies. Though Sidney is actually more of a badass than Emma, I like them both equally. Then you got evil Piper Shaw, who is Emma's half-sister, and then you got Roman Bridger, which is Sidney's half-brother. They both wear glasses at the beginning of the movie or the TV show, and then when they're revealed as a killer, they don't have glasses. Reveal that they're half-brother or sister to the final girl. Then you got Sheriff Hudson, who's basically the same character, Sheriff Dewey. Not really, Sheriff Hudson's way more serious, but I couldn't find anybody who really matched Dewey in the show. Then you got Detective Kincaid, who acts a lot like Sheriff Acosta, suspicious at some times, but you would think Sheriff Acosta is a killer, and where Detective Kincaid appears where the killer just was, and you suspect him at the very last moment. Then you have Zoe, one of the friends of Emma Duvall in the TV series, and then the Haley McDaniels, who is the college friend of Sydney in the movies in Scream 2. Then you have Mayor Maddox, Brooks' father, and then you have Principal Henry. They both end up dying, but they're kind of the same. I couldn't find anybody who acted like the mayor. So yeah. Then the Brandon James mask looks way different from the Ghostface costume. Now in the movies, the Ghostface killer is actually called the Woodsboro Slasher. The Brandon James masked killer is called the Lakewood Slasher. And that's all I could find on similar characters in the show. Audrey is Kirby, Eli is Cottonweary, Mr. Prescott is Maggie Duvall, Piper Shaw is Gail Weathers, Tatum Riley is Brooke Maddox, Mickey is Gustavo, Kieran is Billy, Will is Derek, Stu is Jake, Noah is Randy, Emma is Sydney, Evil Piper is Roman, Sheriff Hudson is Sheriff Dewey, Sheriff Acosta is Detective Kincaid, Zoe is Haley, Mayor Maddox is Principal Henry, and the Lakewood Slasher is the Woodsboro Slasher. That's all I could find. Bye.